Welcome to Diego Knows. My name is Diego, and today we're going to talk about the first episode of And Just Like That, the new Sex and the City sequel, okay, which I watched today. As you all know, I mentioned in my previous video that I'm a big fan of the show, that I watched every episode. So I know these characters, I know it very well. I love the show. I thought it was a great show. I didn't agree with it completely, but I thought it was entertaining. Okay, so the new episodes dropped. The first two episodes dropped on HBO Max, and I watched it. I watched the first one. That's what I'm going to talk about right now. Okay, so to start off with, it's great to see Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda back. Okay, to see the three girls back, it's good, but obviously it's missing something. Okay, no Samantha. Now everybody knows what happened. Okay, the falling out that Kim Cattrall had with Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay, we all know about that tweet that she said, where she basically, when Kim Cattrall's brother died, and Sarah Jessica Parker sent her condolences, and she just rebuked it completely. Kim Cattrall said, "We're not friends. We've never been friends. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you dare try to pretend that you care about me." It's like, okay, this is pretty catty. All right. So I don't know what the problem was. I think it has to do with money and just fame. It's Hollywood. I know Sarah Jessica Parker was a producer on the show, so she got a bigger cut of the pie, and maybe Kim Cattrall thought she deserved more money because she was such a popular character, and she was very popular on the show. But I think that it was Sarah Jessica Parker who carried that show. I think it was Carrie Bradshaw's character that carried the show, not Samantha. Okay, so although you can't really do Sex and the City without Samantha, it's like doing Star Wars without Han Solo. Okay, Luke Skywalker is the main character. You can't do Star Wars without Luke Skywalker. But if you do it without Han Solo, it's not the same. It's missing something. You need to have Han Solo for it to really be Star Wars. You need to have Kim Cattrall for it to really be Sex and the City. And she's not there, so it's not Sex and the City. It's And Just Like That. Okay? Like I said, it's only been one episode. The show might be really good. I don't know. I plan to watch every episode and review it here. But the first episode, it's lacking Samantha. And we need Samantha. Okay, because I think it'd be really funny to see a Golden Girl age woman, who's horny all the time. I think that'd be hilarious. It'd be funny. Okay, so let's see. So we got that going on there. I did not like the way they treated Samantha's character, the way they wrote her off. That she had a feud with Sarah Jessica Parker, or with Carrie, and Carrie fired her, and she went off to London. I can understand her being upset with Carrie and not talking to Carrie about that, but I cannot understand why she would cut off Charlotte and Miranda as well. Okay, I don't think Samantha would do that. Okay, Samantha was just as much friends with Charlotte and Miranda as she was with Carrie. I don't think that she would cut them off. I think she would stay in contact with them, even if she was feuding with Carrie. So I don't believe that at all. I think it was a lame excuse. The fact that she brought up money, Samantha wanted more money. She thought of me as an ATM or something. Okay, they're taking a jab at Kim Cattrall. Okay, I get it. They're taking a jab at Kim Cattrall. I can understand the characters doing that, but the actors doing that, the producers doing that, that's pretty catty. It's pretty petty, you know. Apparently, there was a lot of drama on the show behind the scenes. Yeah, that seemed pretty petty. It seemed like just like a poking at her, and I don't think that was very professional. Um, you know, uh, Politics. Okay, I'm going to try not to get as political as I can, but in this day and age, there's really no way to do entertainment reviews without politics being in there. And New York is a political hotbed. Okay, we all know what's going on over there. Okay, we all know the stories. Okay, we watch it on the news. It's on there all the time. Okay, we know about the mayor, the governor, the mayor. Okay, this show is very political. Okay, which I was hoping it wouldn't be, but I knew that it probably would be, and sure enough, it was extremely political, extremely SJW stuff. Okay, I believe that everyone has the right to their own opinion. If you want to be that way, that's fine. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It only affects me when you put a machine gun to my head and tell me that I have to be that way too. Now I'm affected. Now I'm going to stand up and fight for myself. Okay, because I have the right to my own opinions, just like everyone else does. As long as you're not promoting, murdering people, or as long as you're not promoting like hurting people or hurting kids, then you have the right to your own opinion in this country. You do. You do. I'm a straight cisgendered male. I always have been. So this is my. I'm not the demographic for the show. Okay, but I watch the show and I enjoy the show, so I'm gonna have opinions on it. You know, just like if a woman watched Die Hard and liked that, I know some women that like Die Hard. I know some women that I can talk to for hours about Die Hard, and that's like a guy movie. You know, that's a guy series of movie. But I know women that like it. You see what I mean? Do I put them down? Do I tell them you're a woman, you wouldn't understand? Shut up. Go back to the kitchen. No, I don't do that. Just like I wouldn't want a woman to watch my reviews and go like, "You're a man, you don't understand." Okay, go back over there. You just can't handle strong, independent women, and then okay, all these rich white women. No, okay, no, I'm not going to go there. All right, so no, I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. I don't like how they treated Samantha. All right, Miranda's still being the same Miranda. She's having a hard time. She's like of my generation. She's having a hard time dealing with the politics in present day New York. All the wokeness. Okay, which is terrible. But I understand that New York is a hotbed of wokeness. It is. Okay, so she's trying to deal with that and just making a fool of herself completely. You know, um, she's from that older generation. They kind of played her off as like the Archie Bunker of 2021. Okay. Well, just be glad I'm not there. All right. So anyway, so there's that. She's embarrassed. She's apologizing. She's making herself sound more homophobic and more racist. The more she keeps opening her mouth, and she just won't shut up. So Miranda's just being Miranda. Okay. It was good seeing Charlotte again. Good seeing her with her daughters and her husband. I'm glad the guy came back that played her husband. You know, um, seeing how she's dealing with her daughters. Her one daughter wants to dress the way she wants to dress. Okay, I'm a parent. All right, tell you what, when my kid's 18, my kid can wear whatever he wants. If he wants to wear a dress, he can wear a dress. I'll buy him his first dress. I don't care. Okay, but as long as he's still my legal financial responsibility, he's gonna do what I say. Okay, I'm his parent. All right, and her Charlotte's daughter telling her, "I'm not gonna wear that dress. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear," and she basically dresses like a I don't even know what you call it. Okay, but it was like something you get at a costume store, and they're going to her sister's piano recital. Like it's very expensive. It's in a ritzy place, in the city. And I'm like, that's just the disrespect alone. Okay, I would never allow my child to dictate to me what they're gonna wear. Okay, no, not gonna happen. Okay, that's not how you raise kids. The kids don't tell the parents what to do. Okay, it's the other way around. But Charlotte apparently is not like that. So she basically lets her kid, wear what she wants. Okay, so I know where that is. It was good seeing some of the older characters again. Anthony, Charlotte's gay best friend, and Stanford, Carrie's gay best friend. Seeing them together again was cool because they're funny. I like watching those guys together. And they're fighting and all the cattiness and stuff. That was good to see. All right, and now on to Big. Okay, now this is the big one here. I'm going to spoil it for you. All right, because if you're watching this, you already know what happened. All right, and this really bothered me a lot, but I understand why they did it. Okay, I always liked Chris Knott's portrayal of Big. I thought he did very well. I liked the fact that he was an in and out guy on the show. I remember there was one season where he only appeared in one episode, but he's always been like the guy in the wings for Carrie. And I like the way he wrote the character because he showed up just enough on the series to not be annoying, just enough to look forward to seeing him when he shows up. Um, he didn't suffocate her because like she dated a lot of guys. It wasn't just him. But when he showed up, it meant something. It was kind of special. And I like that about him. I like the way he was written. He acted like a man. We didn't know what he did for a living, but he acted like a professional. He acted like a banker, like a stockbroker, a businessman. A guy who owned a lot of companies. And he was charming. And I know he was significantly older than Carrie was. I like the fact that he called her kid all the time. That was good. Absolutely. I liked Big. I think Chris Noth did a very good job. And to see him again was good because I like the character. But, you could see it. And I'm just going to call it out right now. You could see the age on all the actors. Okay? They're not young anymore. Okay? The whole point of Sex and the City was here's some middle-aged women that are all single going out there and getting theirs, getting their sex on. Because most women that age are raising kids, married or whatever, divorced, whatever, raising kids. These weren't that. These were professional women. These were city women. These weren't suburban housewives. Okay, these were city women, professionals out there getting laid, drinking Cosmos, and having a good time. Um, which is cool, but eventually, you're either going to settle down or you're going to stay in that lifestyle, and eventually they all settle down. But seeing Carrie end up with Big was the right way to go. So Big was always a big part of the show. I mean, pun intended. But seeing him again, the first thing I noticed when I saw Big again, well, his hair's gray now, but he's out of shape. Now he was never like an athletic build or anything like that, but he had a paunch. He had the dad bod really going on now. And I remembered that there was episodes they did where he had like a heart condition, like he had to have like a minor heart surgery. And then when he's talking to Carrie, in the kitchen there, I remember that she brought up, well, there's a masturbation scene, okay, but I'm gonna get to that. But I remember that he wasn't in good health, and to see him, with a paunch, with kind of a beer belly, it was like, oh, dude, you kind of let yourself go. I know you're an old man, but you let yourself go. You're not really healthy, Something I did like, though, is I remember when he mentioned Todd Rundgren. We're going to listen to this record tonight, Todd Rundgren. When he said that, I started singing the one Todd Rundgren song that I know. Seeing you, oh, everything as much as I do you. I thought about it for a long, long time. I thought about it that you'll never be mine. Bum, bum, bum. I started doing that. And then they pulled out the record and they played it. And that was the song. And now Big's doing it. So Big is he's singing it, right? He's singing the Todd Rundgren song. Hello, it's me. I thought about you for a long, long time. I listen to that song in my car all the time. Anyway, so they mentioned it. As soon as he mentioned Todd Rundgren, I started singing that song out loud in my room, watching the episode, and then that song comes on, and then Big starts doing what I'm doing. He's walking around singing that song. And I was like, okay, wow. I think I'm fated to watch this show. Okay, again, it's like a callback. It's okay, so God knew that I was watching this show back in the day, and now he's reminding me that I still know you're watching the show. Okay, so I'm watching the show. All right, so that's going on, and that's kind of cool. I like the banter between both of them. That's fine. I miss seeing them together, but they're both old now, And one thing I could say about Sarah Jessica Parker, most women her age now have short hair, like Miranda, and Sarah Jessica Parker's still wearing the long locks. I know she colors it, but she's wearing the long locks. And for a New Yorker, she's got kind of a tan, okay, a very uneven tan. So where's she getting that tan from, I don't know. Like that's like the kind of tan you have in California, not New York. But anyway, I noticed it. Okay, so I gotta point it out. It just seemed kind of off-putting, So there's that going on. Of course, she's doing her podcast thing. Her podcast is like a big deal. It's not that big of a deal, It's just talk radio in a sense. And of course, her employer is a non-binary. I'm not gonna say the whole fucking thing. A lesbian. All right, a lesbian. A trans lesbian, okay, whatever. And there's a scene in there later on where she's trying to go raunchy. The guy that they get, she has two guests on her show. Okay, she's got Carrie, the Sex and the City columnist, and then she's got some. I guess what the writers think that straight men are. This guy's just talking about masturbate. He's just this out of shape, disgusting idiot who talks about masturbation. I think he's like what I think women think men are, or something, or gay guys think straight men are, or these older feminist women think that straight men are. Because why would you put a guy like that on the show? I mean, I know why they did it, but in real life, why would you have a guy like that on the show? I mean, you're not going to get an informed opinion from a loser like that. Get a real guy on the show, not this joke. I mean, he's wearing what the hell was he wearing? Like he was wearing like a tank top or something? Come on, this is stupid, So there was that, and Carrie doesn't want to get raunchy, so her boss basically corners her in the elevator while she's smoking weed, telling her, "Hey, listen, you better, get raunchy on my show, or else I'm gonna fire you," And just the disrespect was just so blatant, And I know the show deals with that stuff all the time, but I didn't like this lumbering trans lesbian, just bullying Carrie like that, because I like Carrie. Carrie's a sweet girl, and I was just like, you know what? I wish I was in that elevator, because I wouldn't let you talk to her that way. I wouldn't let you talk to me that way. I'm sure I was not going to let you talk to her that way. I know her. I don't know you. So that kind of bothered me, that she was very imposing like that. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. But, I'm sure it's part of the plot. She got an asshole for a boss. We've all been there. Okay, so there's that. What else? Yeah, Big. Going back to Big, they were talking about masturbation was the podcast title, and she didn't really want to talk about that, but she goes up to Big and she says, "Hey, masturbate for me," okay? And I'm thinking to myself like, "Don't do it. Don't do it." Okay. Now, there's a level of respect for these characters on the show. Okay. Now you remember in the original show. Okay, whoever got naked on that show? Okay, the only people that ever got naked on Sex and the City, okay, was Samantha and Miranda. That's it. Okay, Charlotte never got naked. Okay, Carrie never got naked. No titty, no nothing. Okay, it was the only ones that ever showed any sort of nudity was Charlotte and Miranda. Those were the only ones. Okay, so as sex jokes that involved nudity, tits and ass showing, it was Charlotte and Miranda. Not Charlotte. It was Samantha and Miranda. Those are the only two that ever got naked on the show. Okay, they never showed any nudity on the show, right? Okay, so there's a thing about that because that fits the character, or like it's like you hold Charlotte to a level of respect that you're not going to show her naked. Okay, you're not going to show her naked having sex. If there was an episode, please comment and let me know. But I don't remember there ever being an episode where Charlotte was naked. I know there were episodes where she was having sex, but she was covered. Okay, I don't remember ever being an episode where she was naked, or Carrie was naked. I never saw Sarah Jessica Parker's tits or her ass or anything like that. Okay, not unless she had clothes on over it. All right, but Samantha and Miranda definitely showed TNA on the show, so that tells you something about them. Okay, like these are actors that are willing to do that for the show. Okay, they're willing to do that. Okay, and sometimes when you do stuff like that in a movie or a TV show, an adult TV show, whatever, you're gonna get known for it. Okay, now I start thinking about like, okay, you remember Andie MacDowell? Okay, if you've ever seen a movie called Hudson Hawk, there's a movie called Hudson Hawk came out in 1991, and in that movie Hudson Hawk, Andie MacDowell started acting real weird, like she started acting like that. She's a beautiful woman, leading lady. She started doing that, and I don't think her career ever recovered, honestly, because I think that when it came to Hollywood casting agents, they didn't remember all the other movies that she did. They didn't remember Tarzan, The Legend of Greystoke, Lord Tarzan, Lord of the Apes, Greystoke, whatever, or the other movies that she did. Okay, she did a lot of movies, all right? They remember that, and I think that affected her career. Okay, I think that's kind of what's going to happen with this because Mr. Big never did anything like that. He never showed his ass. He never showed his dick. There was other actors on the show that did do stuff like that. That did weird things in the bedroom, whatever. But Big never did that. Okay, because they held him up with a little bit of respect. Okay, well that respect's gone now. Okay, because he was jerking off. Like he was jerking off in front of Carrie. Like, dude, like Chris, no, don't do this. This is what you're going to be remembered for. If you do this, before he does it, I'm thinking to myself, dude, if you do this, this is what you're going to be remembered for. You're going to be remembered for being a 60-year-old man jerking off in front of, Sarah Jessica Parker. This is what you're going to be remembered for. Do you really want to go there? You really want to do this to your career? I guess he did. So I'm like, oh, dude, don't. But Carrie then mentions that, oh, I thought you were going to reach for your nitroglycerin, which for those of you who don't know, nitroglycerin is not only is it explosive, but it's used as a drug to treat people with heart disease, with angina. So that's already telling me he's got heart problems. All right. So they kind of telegraphed that. And then, during the piano recital for Charlotte's daughter, Big is on his, he's doing his cardio, watching that thing, and then he has a heart attack, which I'm like, it bothers me because I love the character of Big so much to know that they're going to kill him off in the first episode. That bothered me a lot because I like that guy. I liked him, he was one of the few guys on the original show that acted like a guy, him and Steve, so seeing that just like, oh, man, but he is age appropriate. I mean, he is that age where men like that do have heart attacks. They handle it right too, and that's the way you have a heart attack. It starts off with your arm going numb, and then you have trouble breathing, you know. Um, and that's what happened to him, you know. And then of course he dropped his phone in the shower. He couldn't use his phone. You know, it's just watching him slowly die. I thought, honestly, I thought that he was going to be dead before Carrie got home. You know, and Carrie goes out there looking for a cab, and I'm like, it's not 2000 anymore. Okay, there's no cabs anymore. It's Ubers. It's Ubers and Lyfts. You know, but anyway, so she gets home, and she sees him there, and he's still alive. He's still alive, barely, but he's still alive. I'm thinking, why aren't you? I'm screaming at the TV. Call 911. Call 911. He's still breathing. He's still alive. He's still conscious. He's awake. But instead, she just grabs him and starts hugging him. Oh, John, John, you know. I'm like, why aren't you calling 911? You know, they gotta get a paramedic up to him. Fat, they could still save his life. But she didn't call 911. She just hugged him and cried. Well, of course he's gonna die. All you do is hug him and cry. You know, so that bothered me. Like, would Carrie do? Okay, I can understand Carrie. She's not used to being in life and death situation like this. You know, but if it was me, I would have been talking to him, trying to keep him awake and conscious. And with my other hand, I'm dialing 911 with my phone, not his phone, because his phone is, you know, wet, it's damaged. With my phone, you know, and she didn't do that. So that kind of bothered me. So, and that's how the episode ended. So Big died, which it sucks because I really liked that character. I really did. I liked all the characters, you know, to different degrees, you know. But it sucked that he died because I thought he was really, I thought he was a good balancing for Carrie. So anyway, so yeah, I didn't buy that at all. I didn't like that. But you know, I guess that's where the show's going to go. Okay. So overall, it was good seeing the girls again. I felt like seeing my old friends again. I like that. I like the banter, but you know, it's not the same. Like, let's face it, Samantha's not there. It's not the same. It's not the same. You got to have Kim Cattrall to make it the same, and it's not. And she's not there. So let's see where they go. You know, with this. I'm hoping they don't kill off Steve and Charlotte's husband too, so that they can all be single and start, you know, having sex with guys again. You know, because they're little. You know, it's cool when you're in your 20s. It was groundbreaking in the late 90s because they were in their 30s. But now they're in their 50s, late 50s, to be generous. It's, let's just say it's not groundbreaking anymore. I don't think people would look at it that way. Okay. All right. So that's my opinion of And Just Like That, episode 1, season 1. I'm going to watch episode 2, and then I'll come back and give you a review on that. If anything really stands out, I'll mention it, you know. I understand that I'm going to get a lot of hate comments probably from women, but you know, ladies, if you're watching this, I'm just going to tell you the truth. Okay. I'm going to tell you a straight man's opinion. Okay. And I have nothing to gain by lying to you about what I think. Okay. Because I'm honest. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Okay. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry you don't like it, you know. But I'm going to tell you, this is the way guys think. Not all guys, but most guys. Most straight guys think this way. And so if there's something like that that's going to offend you, then just don't watch my videos, okay? Because I have nothing to gain by lying to you. I'm not trying to get in your pants. I'm not trying to, you know, to spare your feelings or anything like that. You know, I'm just trying to tell you the truth, you know, because I think that's in very short supply right now in the media, you know. So I think you have to go to things like this, like YouTube, to have people telling you the honest to God truth, you know, no BS. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay. All right. So thank you for watching.